people think that marketing is just a fancy way of saying advertising. However, the truth is much more complicated than that. Although the selling and advertising has been around for thousands of years, the concept of marketing only came about recently. It was first defined in 1959 by the Italian economist. An offspring of economics, marketing involves the analysis of products and consumers. There are numerous theories that help separate potential customers into target groups and strategies to examine how suitable a product is to be sold or marketed to those groups. Marketing researchers test a product to see whether the target group will respond positively and buy it, for example. They can test the product size, packaging, or its price, and sometimes their research reveals a market gap by identifying a need and no product fulfills, which leads to the development of new products. Then let's start with the vision and mission. A vision and mission is to answer the question of what is our business and what our business aspires to be. And there are 9 elements of our mission, which are customers, products, market, technology, profitability, philosophy, self-concept, concern for public image, and concern for our employees. And after defining our vision and mission, we should look at the external and internal environment. So for internal, it's all about generating information to define strengths and weakness. And we can generate information from all aspects, including management, marketing, financing, and product and operations. And after generate the information, we should conclude all the factors into IFE, which is the internal factor evaluation. And there are 5 steps to IFE. First, list key external factors. The second, assign weight to each factor, and also assign 1 to 4 rating to each factor. And then calculate the weighting and sum the weighting score for each factor. The average score should be 2.5. If you be above the averages, it means your company is really good at facing strengths and weakness. After internal assessment, let's look at external. The external assessment is all about industry analysis and environmental scanning. We can identify the factors that beyond the firm's immediate control. And there are 5 categories for external factors, for example, economic, social, and political. As the same as internal assessment, we can conclude all the factors into EFE, which is the external factor evaluation. After finishing the assessment, we can define our long-term objectives. The first way is product market growth strategies. We have 4 choices: market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification. And the second choice is SWOT analysis. And we also ask for strategies. After defining the objectives, we should choose the better strategies for our company. So the first step is to generate feasible alternatives as much as possible, and also determine the pros and cons and trade-offs of each strategy. So how to evaluate each alternative? The first stage is input, which you can consider the EFE and IFE. And the second stage is matching. We can use SWOT matrix to do it. And the third stage is decision. We can use QSPN matrix to evaluate each strategy. And that is the strategy formulation analytical framework. After defining what strategy should we use, we should also try to implement our strategies from a few aspects like marketing, finance, and R&D. After designing all the strategies and actions we need to do, we should also do the measures and evaluation part. And there's a framework for evaluation. So first, we can review our underlying business, which is EFE and IFE, and we should measure the firm performance from 4 aspects. First, we can compare the firm's performance over time periods, and we can compare it with our competitors. We can also compare it with the industry average, and we should use quantitative analysis to determine. And if there's any difference between our expectations and the actual performance, we should take corrective actions. And that's all for the benchmarking diagram.